Most people look at these Dollar Tree fish bowls and see one thing. Today, I'm going to show you 4 different ways to turn them into beautiful home decor. Hi, I'm Loli. Let's create something beautiful and find a little joy along the way. This one is so unique. We're going to start with one of these fishbowl vases from the Dollar Tree and remove the tag using my heat gun and a little scraper from the Dollar Tree. I found that this is the easiest and cleanest way to do it. Sometimes you get a little bit of residue, but not always. If you do, just go ahead and take some alcohol and a wipe and wipe off the excess residue. Now we're going to take this candle holder that I got some years back from my local thrift shop for $1.50. After removing the tag, we're going to wipe it up really good with some alcohol and a wipe. And then we are going to take it and glue these 2 pieces together. After, of course, wiping the fishbowl as well. We are going to add a combination of E6000 and hot glue to this piece. My only issue was that once I added the E6000, I left only 2 little spaces where I will put the hot glue. I figure the hot glue will be holding this together until the E6000 kind of sets up. But when I did that, I attached it together. As you see, they just put 2 little dots here and there. And I placed it there in an angle as you see right there. I held it in place until it dried. And then I thought that would be enough. But it wasn't. The fishbowl, the weight kind of gave way and it ended up falling. Thank God it did not break. So I came back with some masking tape and I'm going to position it on top of the fishbowl as you see there. I'm going to put the masking tape on the back, attaching it to the candle holder, then dripping it over the front and then tape it in the front here. But making sure that that fishbowl does not move as I'm taping this in place. And I let it sit like this overnight until the E6000 completely dried. The next day, we're going to go ahead and just remove that tape. I was still a little bit nervous that the E6000 didn't completely dry, but it did. So I just removed it as you see right there. And then I'm going to take this whole structure and paint it with 2 coats of Rust-Oleum flat black spray paint. Now we're going to take some of this rub and buff in the color gold leaf. And I place some in my finger and I'm going to run it on all the edges here, the opening of the fishbowl. And I did 2 coats with it. And then I'm going to do the same effect all over the raised areas of the candle holder. I'm just going to go, as you see right there, just using my fingers, just adding the smallest amount of rub and buff on my finger so I don't have the risk of adding any in between those raised edges. And I just continue to do that until I had the entire candle holder completely covered with the rub and buff. Friend, if you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to hit the like button and let me know in the comment section where you're watching from. I love to know how far my videos are reaching, and share because sharing is caring and it helps my channel grow. Thank you so much. All right, once I did the entire candle holder, I put a candle inside and that is it. Let me know what you think. This one turned out so elegant. We're going to take 2 of these fish bowls from the Dollar Tree. We're going to flip them over and magically remove our stickers. Nope, just kidding. We're going to go ahead and heat it up with a heat gun. And then we're going to take one of these Dollar Tree scrapers and scrape it right off the bottom, leaving almost no residue. Next, I'm going to take some E6000 and add some right here to the middle of one of the fish bowls. I was tempted to add some hot glue to this as well, but hot glue sometimes dries way too quick, especially when you put it on glass or metal and leaves a space in between, so it makes the glue not have the best contact. So we're going to just add the 6000 and we're going to butt both of the bowls as you see right there. Then I took this tray from the Dollar Tree. We're going to remove the tag from the bottom of that one and then add some E6000 to the edge of the top of this fishbowl right here. And again, I'm not using any other glue but the E6000. This is just the best for me to make sure that I have the best adhesion. I'm going to just try my best here to center it, and we're going to let this sit overnight to dry. Then I'm going to take one of these wood pieces from the Dollar Tree. We're going to remove the tag from the back. Again, we're going to go ahead and heat up that tag and then just go ahead and remove it. This is a lot easier that way. Then I took some antique wax from Waverly, and we are going to stain the entire piece with that. I use a wet wipe, and I'm just going to go ahead and spread some of that all around the edges and front and back of the entire wood piece. There were some areas that were a little bit rougher than others, so you're going to see that the wax kind of became a little bit darker in those areas. Since those were more porous, they absorb a lot more of the wax. My friend, if you're enjoying today's projects, please don't forget to hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified each time I upload a new video. All these things are free and they mean the world to me. Thank you so much. All right, and this is what it looked like once it was done. Next, I took the structure we made earlier, and we are going to paint it with 2 coats of this Rust-Oleum black flat spray paint. And this is what it looked like when it was done. Now we are going to go ahead and take some gold leaf rub and buff, and we are going to add it to the surface. I thought first that I was going to just use some, just my fingers with some gloves to give it like a nice texture, but it didn't quite work out the way that I wanted. So I ended up removing those gloves and coming in with this makeup sponge. But yeah, the makeup sponge just pretty much just absorb all of the rub and buff, and this stuff is not cheap. So we're going to go ahead and come in with this brush. I added the rub and buff to the tips of the bristle and then began bouncing onto the piece instead. And I just brushed on only once I had very little of that rub and buff on my brush. But here you can see, I just went crazy with all the streaks. But don't worry about it. I will come back and fix that later on. Here I'm just using the leftover that I had on the brush just to bring in. But you see that top portion right here? This is what I want in all the other pieces. So I'm going to come in with my black paint, and I'm going to stipple using the same brush all over those areas that has way too much gold and I have streaks of it. And there are some areas in which there was no saving it. So you're going to see me do streaks of black on those sections, especially where I've added way too much paint, like right here, just to blend everything in. Then I'm going to let it dry. And then in other areas in which I had not as much, then I'm coming in with the black and I'm stippling on that on there to give that beautiful, like a brass, or I don't know how to explain the look that I'm looking for besides showing you what I did in the top glass there. To give me that, I guess, rubbed bronze look. Then I came in those black areas and stippled it with a different brush. This one worked a lot better to give me that effect that I was going for. And I ended up with a beautiful brass piece. I did that until the entire piece was completely covered. And look how gorgeous that looks. And now that I'm happy, I'm going to take some E6000 and put it in the bottom section here of this glass bowl. I'm adding it thin enough that way I will not have it seep on the edges here. And first you see me here doing it in different intervals. I was thinking I would add in some hot glue. I decided against it, and I'm just going to position it right here in the center of my wood piece. And that is it for this one. Please let me know in the comment section what you think. I absolutely love it. All right, this one is unique and easy to make. I'm going to take one of these fish bowls from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to remove the tag from the back by just heating it up with my heat gun and then just peeling it right off. It left a little bit of residue, but not really much. Then we're going to flip it over, and I'm going to take this little votive candle holder that I got from my local thrift shop, and I'm going to put it in the center of this. I'm going to add some E6000 to the middle of that votive candle holder, and then I'm going to go ahead and clean my fishbowl properly in the inside to make sure that I have no dust or anything. So I have a nice clean center, and then also have the best of adhesion. Once that is nice and clean, we're going to position the little potted candle holder at the center of the fishbowl, and I'm going to let it sit overnight to dry. In the meantime, I took this candle holder that I got from my local thrift shop for $1. First, I thought I was going to paint it, but once I gave it a good cleaning with a wipe, this shines so beautifully. It has a beautiful tone to it with a lot of teal colors, blue. Look at it, how beautiful that is. I could not paint that. So we're going to leave it as it is. So we're going to take the fishbowl and the votive candle holder that we created earlier, and we're going to place it on top of this. To secure it, I didn't want to make it permanent, so I'm going to use some of this space tape that I got from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to cut a small portion and place it in the bottom of the fishbowl. It comes with a film in one side, which I removed and placed on there. Then I removed the secondary film and placed it right in the middle and pressed it down. And I gave it a nice hold, but it's not permanent. Now we're going to take some of these rocks that I got from Dollar Tree. This was a long time ago when they had those holders that you see there, stackable jars. They don't carry those anymore. And I'm just going to arrange them all around the votive candle holder, just in a way that I have different colors next to each other. I'm trying to separate them and make them look so they have a nice little variation on the different colors. So they kind of look like kind of coastal, I guess. And I thought these colors went very well with the candle holder. Then I took some water and I put it into that votive candle holder. And then I took one of these water-activated tealight candles from the Dollar Tree right in there. At first, I thought I got a dud because it did not light up, but I just kept trying and wiggling it. And then finally, there it is. This turned out so beautiful. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think? These candle holders inspired this DIY. They were being sold for $39. I'm going to create my own design. I'll be using this pedestal that I got from a garage sale some years back. I got it for $4, but you can easily find it at Facebook Marketplace for just a few dollars. Then I'm going to take this large hurricane base I got from Dollar Tree for $5. We're going to remove that tag off of it and position it right on top of our pedestal. Then I'm going to take our fishbowl right here from the Dollar Tree. This is the smaller one. And we're going to remove the tag from the bottom as well. And we are going to clean it completely with some alcohol and a wipe. Then we're going to position it inside of the hurricane vase. Then I'm going to take one of these candles that I got. They're battery operated, but they are remote control operated as well. And I'm going to position it right in there. And that is it for this project. Nice and simple, yet so elegant. You can always paint the pedestal if you like. I like the way that it looked just like this, nice and worn. And I might use this for another project. So I did not want to stick anything just because of that. Let me know in the comment section what do you think about this one. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's episode, here are a couple more videos you are sure to enjoy. Thank you so much for stopping by. You're amazing. Bye.